morning! Hello and welcome along to rFactor 2 Thursday. And especially went with the GT Revival mod at the 1960's Spa Francorchamps. So we are 10 minutes roughly into qualifying. For this race we are doing a 35-minute qualifying session, given the length of the track. It is a 4 minute and 10, 12, 13, 14 seconds per lap. Which means that you have a pretty long outlap before you can start to actually put in any times. Crash is through as the fastest one by now, because he was the first one to put in the time. Steve is in pretty much exactly a second behind. Oh, and in almost bumped the wall there. Right. I need to get cracking as well. Okay, I think that's Jim and one there. Ah. That was poor. So I decided to go for the Austin Healey today, rather than the Ferrari. The Ferrari 250 GTO that I've usually been driving. Mostly because I wanted to drive something else in this mod as well. So many great cars in the mod, so nice to drive something different. That's a 408.8 that somebody's put in. Most likely Luca, I think. That was Jim actually. This track is mostly flat in pretty much every car in the field. As in that you don't really need to lift even through here like through Mazda. So in hindsight I probably should have chosen the layout that has the chicane down here, or the hairpin roll. Stavilo, but I didn't. I chose the high-speed banked corner instead that I built to keep the average pace or the average speed up. And to keep the car out of the call it town center of Stavilo. was a bit too much of a lift and wrong entry. Well, doesn't matter. It's the outlap. Now I have driven the Ferrari around there as well. I was actually about half a second faster with that, but it felt slower. It felt a lot more lazy to drive than the Healy. I still don't know how to take Ocean Radio properly with these cars. The edges of the bridge down there is kind of scary. A little touch on the carbon on the inside there. Lift the car a little bit. You can take most of the track flat, but there are some corners that you like stuff lower than that you really hold on and hope that you don't understeer too much and you hit the turning at the right point. was slightly faster through Rouge and Radio this time around. That was close. Not hard enough on the turning there. Slightly faster mid-corner, but slightly slower on the exits, which will end up costing me time up the straight. Well, bravery through there, which regained me quite a bit of time. Cool. Wow, a couple of tenths really. Mess it up in the final few corners. Too late. I almost spun it. Still improved my time by 0.7 of a second. Oh, and it moved me actually past Luca for a little bit, for a short while. Nice. So Jim is, well, it's half a second actually between Jim and Luca. And Steve is a second down, and it's half a second down to Crash. Ooh. And 0.02 of a second from Crash down to me. And then there's an almost 2-second gap from me down to Paul. Malcolm is... Oh, Malcolm is really far behind in the Porsche. Is it possible to see the speedometer from here too? Only the odometer. Yeah, of course, and if... Oh, he crashed. If I hit the replay button, of course, it's... wanted to see how fast he was going down the straights down towards Tavilo. What is that? 215. So it might actually be missing a little bit on top speed. Oh, that's Malcolm. What does the Pinky Mobile look like for this time around? Not terribly pink. Oh, wrong button. That's forward, and this is panning around. Oh, yeah, well. The car has passed scrutineering. There are some differences in that custom livery and the other custom livery in the field. I might be using a bit more vibrant color than periodically correct. Oh, yeah, Lucas out. I do like this helicam. It's a cool one. Gives you a great sense of speed. Crashes out on the new lap as well. The Aston Martin. And it's nice to see that we are pretty well spread out regarding cars. Now we can do this. Not want too many. Jim is in the Corvette. Luca is in the Ferrari, as we did see. Steve is in the Cobra. There's a slightly wonky start number on the left-hand side and a straight one on the right. Okay. Crash is in the Aston Martin. I'm in the Austin Healey. Paul is in the Austin Healey. As you can see, I have pretty much just taken the original design and the livery of the car and just put my colors to it. Scott is in another Cobra. Malcolm is in the Porsche. And Ole is in the Bizzarini. I do like the details around the circuit as well, with the smoke that came out of the chimney of that house. Whoops, that's the wall. I have the cows over there and with wagging tails and stuff. Ha! Cool. It's a strange car, this Bizzarini. It's wide and it's flat and it looks like it's on stilts with pretty high ground clearance between the bodywork and the road. In many ways it's like a squashed Ferrari. Oh, yeah, oh and oh. Yeah, that's not going to give you any good lap time. And with 3 minutes 45 left, then that was probably the one and only chance. Oh, and I was in replay mode as well. So he's back out at it again. Well, there's no point for me to go out on another lap now then. Not that close to the end of the qualifying. Oops. And now the helicopter pictures were ahead of the car instead of behind the car. Ha! Nice. I do like these small details. Okay, Paul left the race, so that's why. Oh yeah, 1 minute and a bit left of the qualifying. He will actually get in, possibly get in a flying lap, depending on him not crashing now. Mr. Mevel, let's get it on a full screen instead. You guys, of course, do have the timing on screen. I don't have that on my screen. Because the live timing running on my screen will be exactly the same as when I have this timing running, because everything will be lagging as a small hell. So I've only put that onto the stream. That was a bit of a slide. The shaking of the cameras along the road is a bit annoying. It might be correct from the perspective of a fan standing at the side of the road with a video camera, but it feels a little bit annoying. Right, so it's coming up onto Blanchimont pretty soon. Which would be around here, one of these corners, I think. A lot more tidy this time around. And up into the hairpin. And down the start-finish straight to the checkered flag from the session and into an 8th position on the grid. And a big collision afterwards. Right, so the grid is set then. Jim, half a second ahead of Luca. Second then to Steve. Couple of tenths to Crash, who then crawled away from me with a couple of tenths. Paul in 6th, Scott in 7th, Ole in 8th, and Malcolm in 9th position. And the grid should be set in the overlay thingy as well. And with a 4-minute gap now, I will make a quick trip to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. So, back in there then. Oh, so we need to put on some fundraisers for the next 2 weeks then. Yeah, so I had the time to close the door. Yeah, with max 60 kilometers an hour. Close the door and get the well, close the door closer and get the mosquito net, because it's getting darker outside and the mosquitoes and every other kind of insect is wanting to come in. I don't want them in, so it's better to put up the screen now and be a little bit warm when driving rather than having to deal with a room full of insects later on. So 8-lap race, that would be around 35 minutes, I think. Give or take a bit, depending on how how much over 4 minutes each lap will take. Around 35 minutes. That is okay on a Thursday. Especially since I have to go to work tomorrow morning. Righto, rolling into the race. Full tank of fuel plus 1 click on the final drive on the gear ratios. Yep, and onto the grid. Hi Paddy, thank you. That's the screen that I want. I need to remember to hold the brakes on the start line there. Still was a little bit slower off the line. And the slipstreaming has already started. The good thing about these cars is that you can actually see through the rear window and through the windscreen of the car ahead, so you can kind of see where the road is going. Oh, side by side down here, that is brave. Steve had a little bit of a slide behind me there. I'm not brave enough to keep up. Oh, Steve has dropped 2 seconds behind me. Wow. What a view. You know what? I know who is driving which car. Remove the driver labels for this. Really intense stuff up here. Ah. Well, that was a pretty clean takeout. And that's a mural crash up ahead. Not a Mazda. Oh, and it is behind. Couldn't get caught far enough in. Middle of the corner. So one thing is that I've taken myself out of the fight for the top four. with crashing out. Yeah, one thing is that I ruined my own race, but I wrecked Crash's race as well, because his car is really... his steering wheel is really pointing to one side. Yeah, the Formula 1 races around here back in the day would have been epic and scary as hell. This is rFactor 2 at the race department, or Overtake as it's called now. Overtake.gg. So we're online with rFactor 2 every Thursday. Some older cars usually up in the mix. It's great fun for this kind of racing, or like last week we were driving super touring cars at Croft. It was also really awesome to drive. I think I have linked to RaceDepartment, to Overtake in the description of the live stream, and in the forum post there you can find the link for the mod, the car mod and the track. And the track mod has a couple more layouts from the 1930s and stuff, with the extra hairpin thingy at Eau Rouge, for instance. So up to Mazda now. Again. A big sneeze is coming. And down here at Stavelo as well, you have a layout which goes into town with a hairpin in the town there. Why did I brake instead of this high-speed banked corner? I kind of bypassed the little town. So yeah, pretty much in the middle of nowhere currently. 6 seconds ahead of Malcolm behind me, and what is it, 24 seconds behind Paul and Scott up ahead. Yeah, well, mods is pretty much the backbone of rFactor 2. In many ways it is. There is a Steam workshop for mods for the game. With loads of cars and tracks. It's well worth having a look at. Maybe for a future sale. Okay, so I caught up 2 or 3 seconds to Paul and Scott up ahead. Had another crash. He's lost the wheel. He's completely out of the race then. Oh man. Compared to Assetto Corsa, I don't really know. I haven't really driven Assetto Corsa at all. Well, I have a little bit, but that's like 6 years ago or something along those lines, so I can't really compare the two. Mivel has set fire to his car, his Bizzarini behind me, so he is out of the race. Paul and Scott are around 22 seconds ahead of me still. Of course, they can benefit from the slipstream. Malcolm in Porsche is 5 seconds slower per lap, more or less. A lot better around the corner and stuff though. Again, about half a second up this the next flat out part. I want to call it straight, but it's not really straight. Flirting with disaster. One wheel on the gravel on the exit there is sketching 200 kilometers an hour. I've never used CD keys myself, so I don't know. So that was a 4:11.3, and that's the fastest I've been through around the track at any time. Oh. Scott's done a whoopsie. Paul is 20 seconds ahead now, so I am catching up a little bit, but you know, 1 second per lap is not enough with 3 more laps to go. And Malcolm is out. Well, the straights at Le Mans is a bit shorter though. Listening to the banter on Discord and not focusing on what's up ahead. No. Oh! Can I get back on the Doesn't it auto reset? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm gonna be sick for a week after that. That was so many rollovers. Paul was parked there. So I lost about half a minute on that one then. Did you go one click up on the final drive, or did you go with the default gearing? Because I've gone one up on the Healy and it's still running, despite my best efforts to make it not run. Man, I was catching up to Scott as well. So at this rate, it will be interesting to see if anyone actually finish this race. To the red, I've got no idea what the red is. It doesn't show on the HUD that I'm using. Hi Fred! You've missed out on quite a few events going on there. Some big skill issues. Before that corner. Yeah, RBR, from not really having any championships going on for a while, suddenly I think 3 of the ones that I'm taking part in has rallies now, and one of them is really long in the SRM. Have you been able to put any time into rFactor 2 though, after you got it to work? After driving the Le Mans Classics, I've kind of learned to change gears a lot earlier than I think I should. I think that might help the engine life a little bit there. The SRM is really crazy this time around. Yeah, see you later, Crash. yeah, the SRM. Answering people on Discord as well at the same time. 25 stages was 200 and something kilometers, wasn't it? 230 kilometers. That is pretty close to 4 hours of drive time. Oh, yeah, that is with 60 kilometers in average. So presumably it's going to be somewhat quicker than that, but still. I'm so glad that I'm about to start my summer vacation, so I have time off from work to actually sit down in the daytime and drive the rally instead of driving after work. I'm sinking 4 hours into that after work that one. It's going to be a big crash and no-no. And leg 2 is pretty long as well. Of course it's not as long, but it's 170 something kilometers I think. So that's easily 2 hours of driving there too. That's SRM back with a vengeance. But I honestly think that's 200 kilometers, that's way too long for a leg. And people have other things to do than sitting and driving a rally game for half a day. For one championship. Unless you speedrun it, of course, and go out in first corner on leg 1. So, final lap. The car is a bit twitchy to drive after the crash that I had. Speaking of RBR, I have the SRM, I have the American Rally Championship and the IRC as well. I have rallies currently. So I'll probably have to do the ARC, the American Rally Championship and the IRC. Through the weekend at some point. Oh, anyway, last lap of the race. Last time up through Mazda coming up now. Liters in the tank, so I could do one more lap. started off the race very well with keeping up with the leaders and being fourth, I think. Keeping up with the slipstream and leaving gaps to the guys behind. But then, just before La Source, last kink, I took out Crash, so I had to wait for him to rejoin. And then as he rejoined, almost at the back, we had Malcolm behind us, but then he's then Crash spun ahead of me in radio, so we crashed again. So let's see. That pretty much set the race. And across the line. Woo. Whew. That was hot work. Well, anyway, I made it through, so that's a finish at least. 33.5 minutes for Jim as the winner. Luca fell back a little bit, and then another 8 seconds down from Steve. So I could have been a podium. I was ahead of Steve before I had my first crash. And then everything else went wrong pretty much after that. So, oh, but that was great fun. That's a fun car to drive and a fun track. Yeah. So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. There's been quite a lot of you out there during the evening. As I said, I will be driving some Richard Burns Rally through the weekend, and next rFactor 2 race will be on Thursday again. I don't know which track or car just yet, but we'll get to that later on. Do enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and take care. Goodbye. Bye 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 bye.